Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst. Your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs. 631-957-5106, and the website is liholidaylighting.com. And also brought to you by our friends at Omni True Value Hardware, where they are getting ready with the spring underway. They've got the mulch already. They've got topsoil already, mulch in different colors, whatever you need to make your yard look great. And they're at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125. The best prices in town, omnitruevalue.com. And don't forget to support your local businesses. Meanwhile, we are looking at the winds that have been howling again. Well, they've started to slowly ease as we move through this afternoon. We're enjoying mainly partly to mostly sunny skies. You can see whatever clouds that were around up to the north and northwest, they've faded away. And it's a beautiful day over much of the eastern United States, all the way back to about the Rockies, getting some action, though, moving up into the northern Rockies as the gradient there is going to be tightening. Got some clouds moving across the Gulf states, but nothing of consequence here. And when we take a look at the hazards map, the wind advisories will be up for another less than 2 hours. Then they'll be gone after 4 o'clock. And you see there the wind advisories up mainly from northeastern New Jersey, the northeastern counties of New Jersey, on up through New England. And the advisories for our area, the small portion that's still under a wind advisory, will be coming down. But take a look out in the plains. We're seeing a large area of high wind warnings up, even back up into the northern Rockies in Wyoming, Montana, into Idaho, and also into the Dakotas and Nebraska and even parts of Colorado. And that's where the wind machine will be working overtime going forward. Not a whole lot happening on the radar, a little bit of snow on up in northern New England and northern Maine. Otherwise, the radars are fairly quiet across the eastern two-thirds of the United States. We're seeing some precipitation up in the northern lakes and also back up in the northern Rockies, but no big storms of consequence, really. The Storm Prediction Center takes a little bit of a break today. No thunderstorms are forecast throughout the country. Now, for Tuesday, we have a marginal risk in parts of Arkansas, the northern half of Mississippi, northern Louisiana, and northeastern Texas. And on day 3 in their forecast period, which is Wednesday into Thursday, and this is going to be our next weather system that will be moving up into the eastern part of the United States, marginal risk from Louisiana and southeast Texas, northeastward through Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, northern Georgia, and on up into the interior areas of the Carolinas and into southern Virginia. WPC's rainfall forecast for the next 7 days, as we take a look at what they're offering here, and we really have one weather event to worry about, and that is later Wednesday into Thursday. Looks like we could wind up with another round of rain that will produce on the order of say 3/4 of an inch to maybe a little over an inch in some places. And snow is going to be possibly a question here as we take a look at WPC's snowfall forecast. This is the probability of at least 2 inches. And in the blue, the darker blue represents 40% or higher. We're not really talking about a whole lot here in terms of aerial coverage. Parts of southwestern New York, maybe into northernmost Pennsylvania, the western side of the Catskills, and then on up into northeastern New York State, where we see the highest probability. And this is, by the way, taking us through Thursday morning. There might be some additional snows in upstate New York and northern New England for later Thursday into Thursday night. So we have this blocking pattern that is setting up. And if you watch here on the upper air, you can see this strong upper high starts to develop later this week. And here's our trough into the eastern part of the United States for Thursday into Friday. That's going to lift up into Canada. And I think we're going to have a pretty decent weekend in the eastern U.S. The wind machine may go on again Thursday night into Friday morning. I don't think it's going to be too big a deal. The gradient looks a little bit less than what it is today and what it was from the system last week. But that block is going to be pretty strong, and it's going to have an impact on the weather going forward. Some energy moving into eastern Canada. That is going to be hanging around. You see, it kind of rotates around, and then you get some more energy as we start heading in past, say, April 10th or so into the eastern part of the United States. And that's going to keep things not every single day, but much of the time, temperatures are going to be near or below average. Also, sometimes in the block, depending on where you are, you could wind up being on the dry side. And that's something that WPC, the Weather Prediction Center folks, CPC, the Climate Prediction Center folks, are talking about in their long-range view of things. And we'll just kind of run this back over to the beginning so we can take a look at what's going to be happening going forward. Let me get back a little bit further here. And there you see it. One more step. There we are. Sometimes these computers can drive you crazy. So here's our system for later Wednesday night and Thursday. A cold front approaching with a wave developing on that front. You see it there. Wednesday night sitting in central New Jersey. You see snow being indicated there down through the central Appalachians. This will be a wet snow and elevation driven also. And then that low moves up into Maine Thursday morning. We'll probably have some leftover showers during Thursday morning to deal with. And then it's going to turn colder for later Thursday night into Friday. You see the gradient there is fairly tight, and it'll stay somewhat tight through Friday. But then going into Eastern weekend with the high moving off the North Carolina coast and the winds turning more westerly, we actually could see some temperature recovery here going into Easter weekend. As far as this week is concerned, I think tomorrow is going to be the best day of the week. With high pressure offshore and a bit of a southwest wind, we should see temperatures up into the 60s, and we'll probably be in the 50s and 60s on Wednesday with this front approaching, and then the temperatures will drop behind it after the front goes by. Thursday will probably be in the 40s once the front passes, and Friday will be a very chilly day. I think most highs are only going to be in the low and middle 40s, and then we'll start to moderate some through the weekend. I'm guessing we'll be back into the 50s on Saturday, and maybe even into the 60s come Easter Sunday. So overall, just that one interruption this week with precipitation, and then we should be done right through the weekend and into the first part of next week. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, as they are all set to help you out getting your yard ready for spring. 631-756-1125, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125. Website omnitruevalue.com, and wholesale holiday lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106, and the website there, liholidaylighting.com, to meet all your decorating needs. So enjoy the afternoon as best you can until the winds start to drop off, which they already are starting to ease. Still getting a few gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour in places, but we are going to see those winds drop off quite a bit as we move into tonight, and a good-looking day for tomorrow. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. Mark it down and be sure to be there on my YouTube channel.